Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Bkfc athlete Paige Dancer, and you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Pull up the deuces. There you go, baby.
Hey, good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to Cage Side with Christopher James. I am Christopher James. Happy to be here with you guys tonight. It is Tuesday night right here. It is the 29th day of December of 2020. We are coming to the end of the year rapidly. No more UFC this year. We won't go back to the UFC till January 16th. I'll be in Pensacola January 22nd for Island Fight 66, and we're going to have us a good time. Make sure you share the show everywhere on all your social media platforms. You know, just do it the right way. You know what I'm saying, y'all. Come in and join us, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening, Forrest. Hey, Valentine Woodburn. What's up, brother? We're going to get you on the show real soon. So we're going to do some BKFC conversations tonight. We're going to do some UFC conversing tonight with my man, Jacob the Killer Kilburn. He'll be coming on 8:30. At 9 o'clock, we're going to have Joe Elmore, the Hitman, and Leonard Garcia. We're going to try to put a fight together with these guys. They want to fight each other. We're going to see what the activity is when they get them on air together. Maybe Mr. Feldman will be watching. Maybe Nate Shook will be watching, and maybe they'll book this fight. I don't know. But I'm hoping they do. But right now, my first guest, he's standing by in the studio right now. He's got a big shit-eating grin on his face. He's a cool cat. Him and his dad made bare knuckle history, both being bare knuckle fighters, doing their work on the same night. You know, it's pretty cool stuff. He wants to fight Yuli Diaz. He said Yuli is a bum. He stands by his sentiment. He thinks Yuli's got power. He doesn't think Yuli has any skill, and he wants to expose him. Now, Yuli Diaz, as you guys remember, is the bare knuckle fighter who set a world record for a knockout in any combat sport. I believe they credited him with 7 seconds or 3.5 seconds or whatever, but it was literally like a 3-second knockout. If you go back and you look at the video, you see that it was 3 seconds was all it was, and that was it, if that long. The only reason the knockout got credited for a longer amount of time was because the referee was not in the proper position to stop the fight any quicker. Although the fight was over. Connect, boom, done, over. But we're going to bring in this young man right now. And I say young man, I'm going to emphasize young man because he's got senior tagged on the last part of his name. And when I first, heard of him and his father, I thought his father was senior and he was just somebody else. I got that shit all fucked up. His dad is just Kane, and he is senior. So we're going to welcome in right now Zion Tomlinson Sr. Please welcome him to the show. Zion, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Oh my goodness, man! It still cracks me up that you're senior because you have a junior, you know. But you're barely old enough to drink. And you're a senior. How the fuck did that even happen, man? Oh my god, man! So anyway, before we get into you calling out Diaz and all that stuff and what's been going on, fight wise, how was Christmas for you and the fam?
It was good. Spent a lot of time with my kids and family.
Ah, that's good, man. Did you get anything good for Christmas?
Yeah, I got me a robe to walk out in the next fight.
A what?
A robe.
Like a silk robe, like a walkout robe? Nice. You know what I got for Christmas? I'm going to show you. I didn't get anything yet, honestly. My wife hasn't bought me anything yet, even though I gave her the best Christmas present ever. But, her paycheck cycle is fucked up. So anyway, but I got this for Christmas. This right here, I got this in Washington, D.C. when we went on our road trip. This thing is rolled in like keef and oil and moon rocks, and we're going to do this during the show tonight, man. So my show's going to be even funnier tonight because I'm going to be ripped. I love that I have a medical marijuana card. Oh, God bless America. So, what about your pops? You spend time with pops on Christmas? You get them anything, or did you go in the gym and beat them up or something? I mean, that for you guys, that seems like a good Christmas. You guys go beat the shit out of each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I went to his house, spent a few hours ago.
Did he cook?
Yeah, he cooked. He always cooks.
Right. Yeah, what'd you guys have for Christmas dinner?
The regular stuff, turkey and stuffing and macaroni and stuff like that.
Yeah, nice. Shit that you can't eat during fight camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you're fighting at.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if you're fighting heavyweight, fucking eat it all and then a Big Mac, and we'll be good to go. So, shit, you get on the scale. Rah, 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 rah. So, but anyway, man, for you guys that don't know, I met Zion, with Toe the Line. He's done MMA, and he'll probably still do MMA at some point in his life, I'm sure, again, because guys that do MMA like MMA. It's not like they're just doing it because it's the only thing they can do. Most of them like it. There are a few that don't really like all of MMA because of wrestling and jiu-jitsu and all that bull stuff. So Zion over here said, you know what? I could do all that, but I'd have a lot more fun just taking off the gloves, punching a motherfucker in the face. So that's what Zion does. And he wants to be a star, and he does have all the talent. He's got all the skill set. And he's calling out one of the most recognizable names right now because of that knockout I was talking about at the beginning of the show in Uli Diaz Jr. or Uli Diaz. There's no junior. I'm just making shit up now. I'm trying to go senior, junior, mid-range. I don't even know. But he wants Uli. So why Uli? Why was he the guy? Because of that knockout, puts him on the map. Is that why you called him out, to build your star? Or is there something more to the reason that you want to fight this cat?
I just think he's a bum. He don't deserve the spotlight that he has.
Why?
He has some title fights, but he hasn't fought nobody for a win to be recognized for a title, so he don't deserve it.
Yeah, but why is he, in your opinion, a bum? Why doesn't he deserve the spotlight he's getting for the most incredible knockout and the fastest one we've ever seen?
Well, if you watch the video, dude wasn't ready to fight. Dude stood at the line like a statue. And he just got his head wrong. Yeah, but the ref said, "You ready? You ready? All right, toe the line." Guy knew he was in a fight. I mean, Yeah, I just think dude was scared of him, because Yuli, he ain't gonna intimidate nobody. That's not scared of him.
Well, Yuli's an interesting cat. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if I agree with you that he doesn't deserve the spotlight. I mean, when you go out and knock a fool out in 3 seconds, or 5 seconds, or 2 seconds. You deserve some spotlight for that, man. You got to get some credit for that. If it was you, I'd be like, damn, look at Zion knocking that motherfucker out in 3 seconds. I mean, it was very impressive. I can't agree with you that he doesn't deserve spotlight because of what he accomplished in that fight. As far as, let me punch something up here. I'm bringing him up.
He said he predicted it, and he'd been training that combo for 8 weeks. You don't train a 1-2 for 8 weeks. That's through fish and water.
I mean, I'm looking at his bare knuckle record. He's 2-0, but he's 12-1 as a boxer. So, what's up, Mike? How you doing?
12 wins. He has 70. His opponents are 71 and 106.
Well, but listen, you know what? I understand where you're coming from on that, but I don't think I could even shit on a guy for having a 12-1 record in boxing, because the way boxing is set up, you have to go out there and you have to just get rounds in. It's not like MMA where you go out there and if you're 6-0 as an MMA fighter, 7-0, you're getting a shot pretty much in the UFC or Bellator, Whereas in boxing, you have to win like 20 fights and you have to go undefeated in those 20 fights against sometimes tomato cans, because that's how boxing is built. So it's hard to fault the boxer because of the sport and the history of how it's been done. But I definitely understand where you're coming from, because, some of those guys he fought were bums. I mean, most boxers, if you look at the beginning of their record, they were bums. I mean, Khabib Nurmagomedov, he's like 28-8, 29-0. In the first, 15 fights of his career or something. It was like his record versus his opponent's record. They were like 6 and 197 or something. I mean, something ridiculous. But that's how you build your record up, and then people start looking at you. It shouldn't be that way. It should be based on the quality of the win. I agree with you 100%. But I can't fault the guy for only doing what the sport calls for, and in boxing, especially in boxing. Boxing is shady. Boxing is grimy. We all know it. But, for the guys that do box, I'm not going to crap on their 12-1 record or their 15-1 record or their 15-0 record because they can't help that the sport is kind of stuck in a spot from back in time where they shouldn't be. And now they should be looking at, all right, you got a boxer who's, 9-0. Give him a real fight at that point, 8-0. Give him a real fight, and let's see what this guy's really made of him. Still let him fight 10 more cans and get 10 more wins versus cans. And then, you got a guy who's 21-0, or 21-1, and then he's not ready for the big time. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Rounds seem to be more important in boxing than in bare knuckle or in MMA. Because in MMA, there's so many ways to win, and in bare knuckle, it's not. You're not looking to get rounds in bare knuckle. You're looking to get done in bare knuckle. You don't want rounds. So it's almost the exact opposite of what you want in regular boxing. And this is bare knuckle fighting, guys. Not bare knuckle boxing. So we always got to take that in consideration. And Uli is Uli 175, 185?
Well, he's supposed to fight at 80. He usually fights 85, but he's seen the tournament brackets 85, and he ran to 70. And I told him I'll follow him to 75.
Well,
since he's running from 85ers.
Okay, so he wants 75 and 85. And the reason I'm asking because my man, the king, Kenmon Evans, who's also been epic in his bare knuckle career, he said, if he's in at 175 and 185, you better stay away from me. I like your determination, but it's only one king. So he's calling you out basically on here. He's going, you can go to the 185ers, but if you're looking at 185, you're going to have to go through him. So right away, you're calling out Uli. Kenmon Evans is coming for you. Dude, this is what you want, though, right?
Yeah, I want all the smoke.
All the smoke, baby.
Nobody's oppressive in the 75 or 85.
Nobody's oppressed you.
He fought two bums, too.
Well, when you fought, I mean, who the fuck did you fight again? What the fuck is goddamn name?
Harrison Aiken.
Yeah. So, some people might say that, let me see something here. I have to double check my math here. Hey, Kenmon Evans says, done deal. Let's go to work. So you're 8-4. You beat Harrison Aiken at BK or Toe the Line 2, which took place down here in Florida. I know because I was the ring announcer. And before that, I mean, so that's your only bare knuckle bout as far as I can see, correct?
Yes, sir.
So is it? Harrison is. Let's see, one. Was that his first or second? I thought that was his second bare knuckle bout.
Oh, that was his first.
So both of you had your first. So before that, he was, he was 3-3 as a pro MMA fighter. You were 8-4, I believe, as a pro MMA fighter. Is that correct?
Bare knuckle my pro debut.
Huh?
It was my pro debut.
No, as an MMA fighter. Oh, that was your pro debut. Oh, so you're 8-4. Oh, 8-4 was an amateur record. So that was your pro debut of anything. Son of a bitch. I always forget stuff, man. Got so much knowledge in my brain, I have to release some of it sometimes, or I'll just, boom. So it's not like you're accomplished. I mean, let's be honest. You're a 1-0 pro, and you're telling. Thank you, Robert. You're a 1-0 pro, and you're saying that these other guys who have vastly more experience than you as a pro are bums. Isn't that is that speaking out of turn a little bit?
No, not really. If you watch them fight, you can tell that they're bums. They just look good against other bums. They ain't really fought nobody that will fight.
I mean, Kenmon Evans sitting here right now goes, get one more fight, and he says he'll fight you right after you get one more fight. So here's a guy.
He just fought a debut. He fought a bum in his last fight.
Well, but he's 2-0 at Bkfc. You're 1-0 at Toe the Line, which is the feeder league for Bkfc. So he's on the bigger show. So again, and he's had 2 spectacular finishes. I mean, you can't deny the guy, and he's a boxer, so he's got boxing acumen, he's got skill. He's not what I would call a bum. He's been out there. I mean, you can call him a bum if you want to. I mean, that's up to you. But it's hard for me to call any of these guys bums because, again, they're going out there and doing something that most people won't do for, a living by being professional fighters, you included. I would never let anybody call you a bum. I'd be like, guy's not a bum. He just, he's a pro now and he's got 1 pro fight. How do you call this guy a bum? The other 12 fights you had at 8-4, those are amateur fights. Those are training exercises. Those don't even count, So that's how you learn, and then you become a pro. So Ken Von Evans says he wants to fight you. Yuli apparently, according to what I saw on your social media, has blocked you. Is that correct?
Yeah, he blocked me, and then he got on his wife's page, and his wife blocked me.
Oh! So wait, so he blocked you, and then his wife blocked you.
Yeah, I guess they did at the same time.
Oh man, his wife. I don't know if it's his wife or his girlfriend, Dana Brooke from WWE, right?
Yeah, I liked her picture, and then.
Oh, you sweet on this girl. That's why you want to fight him. Now I know.
And then I got blocked, and then I got blocked.
Damn. Now, Kenmon, you're saying you're worried about him? All right, so Kenmon's saying, he worried about you, and he knows you're worrying about him. If you're not, and you know what? I respect Kenmon for saying that because if you're not worried about the guys you're fighting, you're probably going to get beat up more than you're going to win. And that's any fighter. I mean, you got to worry about who you're facing. You can't, go, oh, well, this guy's just a bum. At the end of the day, you're standing there, and any of these guys can drop you the same way you could drop them. So you have to worry about it. So, with Uli, what's the worry? What's the worry you have about Uli? I don't believe you think he's technical, but I do believe you understand the power that he packs in that punch because it folded dude.
Yeah, he has power, but he ain't the fight no ass gonna walk him down.
I love you, dude. No matter how we spin the question, how we try to get you to go, you're like, he's a bum, I'm gonna take him out. That's it. You remind me of who's the damn running back from Seattle that never wanted to talk to the media?
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch. Hey, Marshawn. Next question. Next question. Brian Maxwell popping on here said, old scrub Zion Tomlinson Sr.
Yeah, we train together.
He just busting your balls.
Yeah.
And Harrison Aiken, Harrison, I know it was both of your pro debuts. Zion cleared that up for me. For some reason, I thought you had more fights, dude. But that's awesome, man. And, that's the way it works, man. So we already know who Zion wants to fight next for us. He wants to fight Uli Diaz because Uli is what?
A bum.
That's what he said. He said Uli is a bum. I forgot. I got to share this all out too. In all seriousness, is there any conversation going on with you and the promotion about getting this fight? Have they been in contact with you about any fights?
Well, I talked to Nate last night. He said it sounds good, but we ain't came to close yet.
Say that part again. He can't what?
He said it sounds good, but we haven't came to an agreement yet.
Okay.
Like if it's a done deal.
Well, do you know if they've reached out to Uli to see if he's all in, or because you said he's avoiding you, so is he avoiding the question of that fight?
I don't know. He's avoiding somebody for win. He wants to fight debuts.
He just wants to fight debuts?
Yeah, he wants to fight guys that he knows he can beat.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you're a debut.
Well, I'm one to know. I gotta win.
No. You got to win it till the line.
Well, it counts bare knuckle though.
I know it's a bare knuckle fight. I get that, but technically, you'd be a bare knuckle fighting championship debut. It's going to be your debut with the promotion, so you fit the criteria. If he wants to just fight, guys like that. Tell him, say, hey, I'm making my debut with Bkfc, bruh. I mean, call him out, because technically, I mean, that's the truth. I mean, you had your professional debut at Toe the Line, and now you want to step it up a little. You don't want to like, work your way through. You want to jump in the fire. And I respect that because, quiet people don't get shit, So, I mean, you got to come.
Yeah, always ask for the hardest fights.
Always ask for the hardest.
Yeah, I told him I fight whoever.
Yep, I know. You'll fight anybody, man. Oh, Vince Anderson popped up. He goes, no, don't do him like that. Vince, I know he's 1-0 as a pro. I get it, dude. I was there. Remember? What I'm saying is he hasn't debuted with the bigger promotion yet. I mean, being 1-0 as an MMA fighter on the regional scene is different than going to the UFC, at being 1-0. I mean, it doesn't really happen. So, we have to see how it all works out. We have to see what the Feldmans and Shook have in their minds as far as pimping this out. Kemon Evans came back on here because I'm just messing LOL, but real talk. If the fight happens, trust I'll be the winner. Keep grinding, bro. Trust me, you will see me if you keep winning. All love here. So, and that's cool. And that's the way it should be amongst you guys, Unless, somebody talks about somebody's mama, just go out there and fight, man. Ain't no reason to talk shit to each other.
Yeah, I'm cool with pretty much everybody besides Julie. Just because Will's talking trash, he want to bring my dad into it. So I'm like,
oh, he brought your dad into this? What did he say? See, I don't see that part.
He said, if my dad teach me how to, if I fight like my dad, that he'll have a quicker knockout.
Oh man, he's just shit on your pops, bro. All right, now I get why you're pissed at him. Mike Shorey says he don't believe that Uli will get another first round knockout. He don't believe. And my boy Forrest Denton said you and I are wearing the same glasses. Where do you guys shop at? We're not wearing the same glasses. His are shaped a little different. And mine are sexier. Let's just be honest here. So are you going to keep pushing the promotion to give you Uli, or is there at this point? I know you want Diaz, but you'll take whoever they give you at this point, right? It doesn't matter. Eventually you can get to Diaz or to Evans or to these other guys in that division. So are you ready to go against whoever, or are you targeted on Diaz and he has to be the next for you?
I'll fight whoever, but I want Diaz.
I love it, dude. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. So what happens, and we're looking into the future, because I like to hear the answers of, Brian Maxwell said you got a soft chin. Yeah, I'll put it up there just so you can see, so you know I'm not making shit up. So let's say you get the fight, and you go out there and, he kicks your ass. Do you get... you can laugh. I'm just asking, this is all hypothetical because we don't even know if the fight's going to happen. But if this guy who you call a bum kicks your ass, do you reverse course on him and say, all right, I got to respect the guy. He beat my ass. Or do you still say he's a bum?
Yeah, if he beats me, he beats me. But he can't.
Okay. I know you don't think he can beat you. I already know that you've established that Uli's a bum in your mind and you're going to beat him. Doesn't matter. But I just wanted to ask you that question. Just see the look on your face going, and you did the exact reaction I thought. You laughed. You're like, yeah, he's not going to beat me, man. So, but anybody. And you look back in your amateur career. Some of the guys you fought and lost against. If you had beef with them before, if they were, in your mind a bum before and they beat you, do you change your stance? Like, do you go, all right, maybe that guy's not as much of a bum as I thought because he beat me. So would that be a fair assessment for me to believe that if a guy that you're fighting that you think is a bum beats you, that, all right, maybe they're not a bum?
Then I'll be the bum.
He's like, I'll take the bum label. I fucking earned it. I lost. I like that, dude, and I like that you're just honest about it, because this is all just conversation, I don't mean anything by it, I don't know who's going to win. That's the thing, too, with these fights, especially in bare knuckle, I don't know who's going to win any of these fucking fights. You just don't know because unless it's somebody that's just a real, like a lot of people felt Felony Bennett was going to lose quickly to Tyler Goodjohn. I was not one of those people because I felt a lot of people were sleeping on Bennett because he's been around a long time, and he hasn't had any wins in a while. But he's a tough out. He's not just somebody you go out there and just work over and finish. I mean, if you crack him and you split him, and you knock him out, all right then. But other than that, if you don't do that, he's going to keep coming. And I honestly believe that he. I don't know. I'm one of those people that I think, he landed more punches on Good John. I kind of think he beat Good John. I don't think people give Bennett enough respect. You got to respect everybody that goes into this fight game, whether you're a boxer, a bare knuckle fighter, pro mixed martial artist. You have to respect people because, these guys and girls, are going out there and doing something that all of us don't want to do. And that's why we tune in, because we're not ballsy enough to go out there and fight for a living. But we sure like the fucking fight for a living, the fighters that fight for a living. So, we just go out there and watch. Robert Kirk says, sometimes even a bum can get a lucky shot. Vince, I should be at the Tampa show. I mean, I live here in Tampa. So we got, by the way, we got Bkfc Tryouts next weekend, not this weekend, coming up the following weekend, Bkfc Tryouts. So if you guys want to get on that, I'll put up the information. If you guys want to do bare knuckle, you want to be like Zion and take off the gloves and punch people in the fucking face and get paid for it, I'll give you the info on how to do that. You get the 401 straight from Christopher James. Let me ask you this question. I didn't ask you this last time. What if it came down to one day, Dave Feldman calls you up and said, I'll give you a title shot if you beat your dad. Do you fight your dad?
I don't fight no way I train with.
Even for a title?
I don't fight no way I train with.
All right. I'm not even going to ask you who would win, but I just. Me, if it was me and it was, my dad, and it goes, Feldman came up there and goes, man, I'll give you a world championship title fight. All you have to do, your dad's sitting there like, your dad's like, ha ha! Hey, Pops, who wins that fight? You were the Z-Man. Let's see if he answers that. I got my next guest sitting in the green room waiting right now. I see him. His beard's looking pretty epic there, Jacob. I like it, dude. It's looking sexy on the beard, bro. So, I'm going to see if your dad answers his question, and then we'll let you roll on out of here. But, fathers will never admit that their sons can beat them, and sons are always going to believe that they can beat the shit out of their dad. Brian Maxwell's down here laughing on the comment thread. Honestly, with you and your dad, because your dad's a badass dude, and he's closer to my age than he is to yours. The last thing to go is power. The last thing to go are power. Your dad, here it is. I've been spanking him for 21 years. I knew that was coming. I knew Pops was going to blow you out like that, but that's all right. Well, listen, Zion, I hope you and your family had a great Christmas. I hope you have a phenomenal New Year celebration with your peeps. I hope you get the fight you're looking for with Diaz. I tune in and watch it because I think it would be a good fight.
We're the most shared fight right now on Combat Insiders.
Yeah, I mean all the joking and fun and like being goofy with you. At the end of the day, you are a very technically sound boxer. You understand what boxing is all about, and I know why you want this fight, and I know that you'll go in there and put on a show. So it's exciting, and I hope you get it. BKFC is still so new, so it looks good. That you're going out there and putting your name out there and calling out the guy with the highest profile knockout in the promotion's history. It's not a bad way to get shit done, bro. I'm just saying. So you keep pushing forward, keep doing your thing. My boy Mike Shorey says, never underestimate old man strength. You got some people there backing your dad up, bro. We might have to make this fight happen. Hey, you guys had the first time you fought together. Maybe it'll be the first time a father and son fight each other in a pro fight for real, and may the best man win. But before I let you go, if you want to shout out any sponsors or anybody, feel free to take the time.
All right, I got to shout out to Graphics Nation with custom apparel. Ink Tattoos Studio, Savage Combat Sports, and Yuli's Still a Bum.
And Yuli's Still a Bum. All right, well, listen, you enjoy the rest of your night, man. God bless you and your family, man. And again, glad you had a good Christmas, and I hope you stay on the right path as far as getting the fights you want and moving forward in this, and becoming an undefeated, keep the undefeated pro streak alive, man. So good luck to you. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Yep, peace out, brother. All right, that was my man, Zion Tomlinson Sr., young man, but he's a senior. He is looking for Yuli Diaz. He'd fight Cameron Evans. He'll fight them all. He thinks they're all bums, man. Harrison Aiken headed down here to Florida. Good to see you, man. Kane Tomlinson, Happy New Year to you. You, Jesse, I Can, Sparkman, you can everything. And right now we're going to bring on my next guest. I know this guy up close and personal like. I've announced his name at multiple times at Island Fights. He's been on my show numerous times. He's a funny dude. He loves God. He loves his family. He loves fighting. And he hasn't fought over a year. But he's coming back January 16th. He's returning to the octagon. And I'm looking at his face in the green room. And it's you know what? He's got a smile on because he can hear me. But he's also got this different look in his eye that I can only see it a little bit right now in the green room. Because being away from a year changes you. Being away from fighting for a year changes you. And it gives you time to really look inside yourself and make some changes. I remember he did this once before he got to the UFC. He took a little time off, came back with a vengeance. And I expect nothing less from this man. He goes out there and leaves it in the cage or octagon every single time he fights. He is the killer. We're going to bring him back in right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show once again, my man, Jacob the Killer Kilburn. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you, man. The beard is looking sharp, dude.
Yeah, it's I need to shape it better, but it's getting a little out of control to the point where it's falling out on the mat every day. So.
Oh, that's no good.
No, that guy where your beard is in their mouth, and it's that awkward moment where they're like, 1 second, and they're pulling your beard hair out. I feel bad. So.
The thought of another person's hair in my mouth makes me gag. So.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So first of all, brother, it's been a year since you've been in a fight, and it's been a while since you and I have chatted. So let's get caught up a little bit before we talk about your upcoming fight. How's life been for you, man? Are you back up in Tennessee right now doing the thing, or you're commuting back and forth to ATT, or you're still down South Florida?
Yeah, no, we came here in March, and we've only been back once, and that was for like 3 days. So we're here. We've been here. And I haven't fought for a couple hours, but I had a 6-round pro fight this morning. So, yeah. As far as you mentioned, it's been a year since I fought. It's been a couple hours.
Well,
it's like that though. Yeah, but I know
it's been. I know what you're saying. You fight every day in the gym. Right. You spar with your guys, but you're not going 100% trying to knock your training guys out. I mean, you guys go hard down at ATT. There's no doubt. Yeah. But you haven't been in an officially sanctioned, pay a motherfucker kind of fight in a year.
Yeah.
So, what's been going on this last year? Was there injuries you need to heal up from, or was it just the UFC didn't have time because of COVID and the scheduling? What's kept you away from our television screens for the last year?
That there's been stuff fall through. I thought we were going to get the Nate Landwehr fight. The UFC sent the offer over to his team, and they said no. So,
which we expected, because he said he had no interest in fighting you at this point.
Yeah, I was hoping that would happen. There was talks of me and Sean Woodson. I said yes, but they ended up getting him another opponent. I was supposed to fight in September, and for whatever reason, we couldn't get matched, and so I didn't plan this or anything. I wasn't not able to fight. I've been hitting it, twice a day, 6 days a week, pretty consistently. So it's been good. I didn't mean to wait this long, but I'm okay with it.
Woo, fighters always have injuries.
Right.
So has this year made it, even though you didn't get the fight, has it been a productive year for you?
Yeah. We've had a couple things where you got to take a week or two off or whatever, but for the most part, I've been pretty healthy and been able to be involved in a lot of other people's training camps and stay healthy, learn a lot, and get a lot of really good work in. So it's been a healthy, productive time off.
Did you have any injuries that you needed to? I mean, you're taking advantage of the time off. Did you have anything that was nagging? Sore knee, sore back, sore elbow.
Yeah. I guess it's my LCL from the last fight. It just
Billy Q.
Both of them they act up all the time. I went for a bicep cutter in the. I don't remember. I think it was in the second round, and my knee just boom, and I couldn't walk for like a week, and then it took a couple of weeks to kind of get back into the groove. But it's that's taken a little longer than I expected to heal up. So but it was okay though.
But you've had a year, so I mean, your knee should be really, really good right now.
Right.
Last time we saw you inside a cage, it was against Billy Quarantillo, guy I'm very familiar with. He's from down here in my area in Tampa. I've announced him fighting before. Same as you. I've announced both of you guys. I've seen both of you guys. You both have a really good skill set. Take us through that experience of getting in the octagon and fighting Billy, and the whole thing, the loss, how it affected you mentally. Take us through that whole sequence, if you don't mind.
So, yeah, we get the short notice call, and I hadn't been training for a couple weeks. I was rehabbing some back stuff, but I wasn't going to turn down the offer, and the weight came off pretty good, pretty quick, and everything was feeling great until we got backstage and started warming up, and I realized just how out of shape my conditioning was. And so it wasn't octagon jitters or anything like that. I just, my brain was keeping up with all the scrambles. I was seeing everything he was doing before it was going to happen. And thoughts were even going through my head like, that's a terrible armbar attempt. And then I would end up in the arm. Like, I was just, my brain was on with it and my body just, couldn't keep up. And I've got to say one of the biggest factors was because, I wasn't in shape. But I did learn a lot, got a lot of good positional stuff that I knew I needed to go work on and make sure we addressed the conditioning thing. So that's not a factor. But it was good, though. Everybody was great. It was a really good experience. And win or loss, just being able to jump on there in a little over a week and go to D.C. and it was good.
Yeah, and that took place last December, and we had fans in the arenas. The world was different. Now, when you come back in January, it's going to be like doing a Contender Series fight as far as the atmosphere, which you've been there, you've done that, and I'm glad you brought up that you didn't have any octagon jitters because I didn't think you would. You're a pretty calm, cool, collected cat at the end of the day. You've had big knockouts at Island fights. You've done some work on the Contender. I mean, so you've been in these places before. So octagon jitters, I think it's a real thing. I do. I think there's something that goes on for a fighter the first time they get the official. It really just depends on how you deal with it, So you probably had some. I mean, you're a human being, I'm sure there were some, thoughts in your brain, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Fear.
The fear, yeah, it wasn't fear. So that, and which is good because I hate when people say that fighters are afraid of other fighters or afraid of fights. I don't think fighters are afraid with that fear. I think fighters are afraid for their health, what can happen to them. I don't think you're afraid of fighting people. So I don't like that. So saying the jitters is a weird thing to me. But it is what it is. So you've been away for a year. You got that first fight experience in. So, now when you go in, a lot more what to expect going into fight week, right, which is a bonus. Tell us about your opponent.
So his name's Austin Lingo. He's a pretty straightforward guy, heavy-handed kickboxer. Got some knockouts. He's got some submission wins too, but usually finds his way to those winning positions and submissions because he had the guy hurt. So it's not a boring, like, try to outpoint you and just make it to the last bell type of guy. He's not going to be – he might try to take me down, but he's not a type of guy to try to, like, stall you out. And I would imagine he would want to do more ground and pound type stuff than some – he's just, strong striker type guy. So,
sure.
Yeah, I think it's a good, favorable matchup. He's a really great guy. He's a nice dude, not a trash talker or anything. So I think it's stylistically fireworks.
I like the matchup. I was looking up about this kid, and everything you just said was my exact assessment of him. So I don't even got to repeat it. I'm just like, bingo. Right. I like it. How excited are you to get back in?
Dude, it's for real.
Dude, I've heard you say dude before in a certain, vernacular and context, and that was the dude. It's like, dude.
Yeah, it's been so long. I'm excited to, get paid, get to do this for real. You got to practice so much and you work so hard for it, but you forget, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight eventually, and it's then you start to get the edge and get excited and restless and all that. So it's gonna be fantastic to be in the big octagon. That's the one I've been practicing in at ATT. So that was the one good thing about the switch. I like the matchup. It's just going to be good. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be in the smaller octagon though, because
is it?
Well, you're in the Apex, right?
No, they moved it to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, you're the 16th is Abu Dhabi, the beginning of that fight week.
Yeah, we're starting.
Oh, you'll be in the big ring. You'll be in the. Well, you know what, dude? That reminds me. Before I forget, I forget to do stuff sometimes, and let me just go ahead and fix something up here right now. Make you feel comfortable. Boom. All right, there we go. We're on Fight Island, bro. Right there.
There we go.
All right. So you're gonna feel the octagon right away.
Now that's the top, right? They don't fight in that one.
No, that's the outside one on the beach where you can go out and train. I mean, but but it's all right. I mean, that's the way to do it, So that's going to be your hangout, man. You're going to hang out there. You're going to check out the beach. Yeah. Hey, listen. One of these times you do a fight, I want to be in the fight camp with you. I want to be on on your walkout team. I really do. I'm sure everybody asks you, but I want to do it because I want to do it for two reasons. One, because I've never done it with any fighter. And, I mean, the closest I came was I walked out with Rumble Johnson out the tunnel in Toronto at UFC 206. He was supposed to fight, but he couldn't fight because DC got injured or sick. Right. But he was there. I was there covering the event. And they introduced him as, because they wanted to hype him up because he was in the building. He was supposed to be the main event. So I got to walk out of the tunnel with him. And it was, wow, dude, that was fucking nuts. But I've always wanted to walk out with a fighter and be in the corner. I don't have to say anything, I'm not there to coach or corner necessarily. I'm there to kind of capture the whole experience from your view, right behind you, your view, this, that, and the other thing. So I want to go do that one day. Plus, man, I want a UFC jacket, that says, Kilburn on it, so hopefully one day we can make that happen. I mean, I don't know, with AT&T being your team, I don't know if they'll be like, all right, man, go ahead, man. Take your friend Chris. No.
Yeah, they kind of let me do whoever. And I'm sure I won't be there forever. Hopefully, at some point, we make enough money where I can open my own gym and not have to, follow anybody else's rules. But
no. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, man. Stay in a gym that you have to follow their rules right now.
Yeah.
When you open your own gym, in my opinion, at the end of your career, not at the beginning, because you got to focus on fighting. That's your job, and I think trying to run a business takes away some of the focus.
No, I don't want to run a business. No.
Right. So right now you just stay down at American Top Team. When you go back home to Clarksville, you hang out with your boys up there at Harris Holt, and then you just do your thing. And then when it's time for Jacob to retire after he's won a belt or two, and he's living cool golden style life, then you open Kilburn's Killer fucking Academy, and boom. And I'll tell you, that also leads to something, because as you continue your UFC career and you go out there and you get wins, let's say you do become a champion one day, opening a gym after you're a champion versus opening one before you've ever actually accomplished stuff in the octagon. You know, you're just going to add more people coming in to pay you to be in your gym. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I know you want to teach, and the important part is teaching and, you know, providing knowledge to the youth and to the people your age and even older that want to learn this great sport of jiu-jitsu and fighting. You still got to get paid for it. So, you know, Jacob Killer Kilburn, UFC champion gym.
Yeah.
Cost more money, bro.
Right. Hey, sorry, everybody that was an existing member, but I've won a title, so we're going to up everybody's tuition. So, it has to be done.
Hey, you know what, dude? When you open your gym, you know, let's say you do open one before you become a champion. You put it up on the wall, big thing on the wall. Dear members, right now, you're getting a great price learning from a UFC fighter. Just so you know, when I become a world champion, everybody's rate is going up just a little bit.
Put it in the contract.
Let them know up in advance, man. Let them know up in advance. So with this fight coming on, and, you know, I know you're excited. Do you have like a plan of how you want to do this year? Like, you know, you're coming to 2021, you know, obviously everyone wants to stay healthy. So let's say you stay healthy. Are you looking to do 3 or 4 fights this year, you know, and kind of get yourself back on that routine of 3 or 4 fights a year? Let's get healthy. Let's get wins. Let's get money. Let's get paid. Let's get my future. You know, let's do it all.
Yeah, my goal is to get a better contract this year. So whether that's fighting twice, fighting 3 times, whatever I got to do, you know, since I'm coming off of a loss, get a couple wins and go into 2022 with a renegotiated, much higher contract. So I can, you know, this year is one, getting the first win column so that I can get off the chopping block.
Right.
And put another big finish behind that, and then ask for more money. So
yeah, well, you know, you got to go out there and get big signature wins. You know, I mean, grinding out decisions isn't going to get you the bigger money. Going out there and knocking dudes out like you did, you know, at Island Fights a couple times. You know, that shit gets you paid. You know, I mean, a lot of people beg on my boy Mike Perry, but Mike Perry, every time he fights, he's been able to renegotiate a contract, even in a loss. Yeah. Because he goes out there and fights so epically hard, win or lose. And, you know, you guys are represented by first round management, both of you. And they know how to work those angles. So go out there and get those big knockout wins, or even in a loss, go out there and lose gloriously. You know, if you're going to lose, go glorious, because those people get paid. You know, I mean, I know Mike Perry and you are completely polar opposites as far as how you live life. But the fight part of it, you guys, that same, you know,
fight hard,
forward, fight hard, fight to win, leave it all in the octagon. And, you know, that's awesome. He's going to be a daddy here soon, man. I can't wait to see him as daddy. Yeah, I'm excited for him. You know, not the off subject because I brought his name up, but he's you know, he's a young man, and you know, he's gone through trials and tribulations. You know,
we came out from the same neck of the woods.
I know. You know, so
okay, he was a couple years ahead of me though.
Yeah, he's a cool cat. You know, I always told people, you know, I don't care what you see in public and all some of this dumb stuff he's gotten, you know, on TV for, you know, saying this, saying that, you know, getting into a fight with the guy at a bar, blah, blah, blah. I would still let Mike babysit my grandson because Mike is here, you know, he's a good dude. But, you know, he's young. He got thrust into a spotlight. You know, some people, you know, react differently, you know, and but at the end of the day, Mike's a good cat. You know, I mean, he's not the same as Jacob Kilburn. Jacob Kilburn is a killer cat, but Jacob Kilburn will probably never see him in the headline for getting into a fight with a guy at a bar or, you know, anything crazy like that.
An old lady or something.
What now?
Unless I was defending an old lady.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Probably not at a bar.
The Waymaker.
Oh, yeah, that's what David calls me, the Waymaker.
He popped on, he goes, the Waymaker.
He coined that term.
That's my man, David Van Auken from Fight Bananas, hashtag the Waymaker. Make sure you check out Fight Bananas. It's fucking bananas, yo. That was like a low-key, solid promo right there. I was like, because you don't have to go loud and crazy. You just got to tell me. It's fucking bananas.
Just steal the audio now.
My boy Joe Elmore, who's going to be on here in a few minutes from Bare Knuckle. He just wanted to tell you good luck on your fight, Jacob.
Yeah.
I also got Leonard Garcia sitting in the green room. He's a legend. You know, Leonard Garcia, man, he's sitting in the green room. He's going to be coming on with Joe Elmore in about 8 minutes. You know, he's moved over to bare knuckle fighting, but here's a guy, Leonard Garcia, you know, and he's in your weight class, I believe, at, 145 back in the day, WEC and UFC. You know, you guys came through different eras, as far as, your UFC time, obviously you're younger than him and all that stuff. But how cool would it have been for you to fight a guy like, let's say you guys were in the same era, to fight a guy like Leonard Garcia in his prime? Because let me tell you something, dude, that man, he's one of my favorites of all time. I always love how he came to the octagon, whether it was in WEC or in the UFC. He always came to work. Yep. And you always knew with a Leonard Garcia fight, no matter who he was fighting, you were getting a fucking fight. Yeah. And all the respect, like, I can't wait. It's going to be the first time he's on my show, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to fanboy a little. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, from his, I think his first fight in was Nam Fan. Way back in the day, I've always been a fan of his. He's if you fight him, you better have a hard head and you better be able to keep a good pace, because Leonard is coming crazy.
Yeah, man. He's had some of the craziest fights I've ever seen, some just crazy moments. And you're like, wow, look at this guy, Where is he? Let's see. I mean, he's, I think he's a lightweight now. So, you get a little older, you put on some weight, you got to be a lightweight. But I'm pretty sure he fought at 145 with you. I think he's fighting at 165 now for bare knuckle, or he wants to get into that range. I'm looking back at his record. Nam Fan, the Ultimate Fighter, Ultimate Fighter 12. The finale, and he gets to win against Nam Fan in a split decision, and then but even before that, dude, if you look back at his WEs, I mean, listen, and actually, you got to even look. It's before that, dude, because I didn't even realize it was before that too. But he fought at UFC 69 shootout in 2007 against Roger Huerta, and he beat my boy Alan Barubi at the Ultimate Fighter 5 finale. Then he went to UFC Fight Night 11, lost to Cole Miller, and then he went to WEC where he had a nice little run there for 1, 2, 3. He fought Takai, he fought Pulver, he fought Mike Brown, fucking Coach Brown. He lost to Coach Brown, arm triangle. He fought Manny Gamburi and Chan Sung Jung, Mark Hominick. These are some of the biggest names we've ever seen come through. Yep. And he's been in with them. He's fought Max Holloway, Cody McKenzie. I'm just looking at his and sometimes I forget, because there's so many fights in my head. Right. But he's fought the who's who, now he's doing bare knuckle. He is 1-1 as a bare knuckle guy. He beat Julian Lane, another UFC veteran. Let me bang, bro! I love him, man. I love that he does that, dude. He's a cool cat too. People mistake him for wrongness as well.
He makes a living off that. Yeah.
He does, man. People love him. He's a good cat. He's a father of 4.
Yeah.
4 girls. 4 daughters, man. Hey, Dean wants to know where's the spar bar?
If you can see it.
I see it.
You see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I use it multiple times a week.
Multiple times a week, man.
Right after strength and conditioning, I come straight to that.
Tell us what the spar bar is for those that don't know.
It's an amazing machine. They're friends with Roy Jones Jr., which is really cool. It builds for me my hand speed as far as getting my hands back to my eyebrows and figuring out my range of where I can sway or where I need to roll. And the harder and faster you hit it, the faster it's coming back, hits your head the other side. So it's fun to practice. I've even started using it as a way to practice my check hooks and see how many I can hit them with as it comes around. So it's pretty versatile.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think one of the maybe we'll get you on again before you go out of town to Abu Dhabi, and we'll get 3 minutes on Jacob Kilburn on the spar bar, kind of show us what it's really all about.
I like it. Sounds good. Yeah,
we'll do that for you. But listen, brother, I appreciate you taking the time, man. I'm supposed to be neutral in the media. That's what they tell me. But, I love you, bro. So, I hope you'll go out there and get a win. When you fought Billy, I couldn't pick who I wanted to win because I got love for both of you. I've announced you both. So it was like, I just want you both to walk out under your own power. And that you did. So, I just, but this one, I got no connection with the other kid. Go out there and beat his ass, bro.
There we go. Poor guy.
Well, listen, man, I hope you have a great New Year celebration. I hope Christmas is good, for you and the family. I hope you and your wife have a great New Year celebration. And safe travels over to Abu Dhabi. Go out there and do that work that we all know you can do. And I can't wait to see it, man. We missed you on TV. We have, dude. Because we've seen you on the Contender Series, and we've seen you in the UFC, and then a year away, it's like, no, where's Jacob, man?
Yeah.
But you're coming back. Mike Davis is coming back. Our boys are getting ready to go take over the UFC world, and I'm excited for that. For you, for Mike. Hopefully Brock gets a fight here coming up soon, and he needs to go out there and get a win as well. Our Island Fights guys are, taking it to the next level, and I'm proud of all of you, man, and proud to know you, proud to have announced your name, and you go out there and do what you do, man, and I don't have to tell you this, but I'm going to say, just keep that faith, brother, right there.
That's right.
You know. So you want to shout any sponsor anybody before you go? Let me know. Take it now.
Let's shout out to
the Spar Bar.
That's right, the Spar Bar. Dean makes cool things happen. So Brothers in Business, Clarksville Gutter, Cumberland Tree Service, Mako Tech Mouth Guards, Proper Nutrition, Gulf Breeze, Robin Hood Massage Therapy, and Still Nutrition, Offbeat Collectibles on Facebook, WorkHardNeverSettle.com, and Dark Theory Tattoo. A lot of people in my corner for this training camp, and they're the reason I've been able to be here and do what I do. Between them and doing some deliveries and hustling, I'm able to make it each month. But they're going to be largely responsible for the success we have January 16th and going into 2021. It's because of them I'm able to get here, get the high level training that I need. So big shout out, and I appreciate them.
Well, I'm so glad, man, and I'm glad that you got those people in your corner to help you. They believe in your dream as much as you do, and it's hard to find that. So you've got a lot of people in your corner, dude. Don't ever put any pressure on yourself, by the way, to ever, worry about how they feel or what they do. Just make sure you go out there and do what you need to do. I know some fighters put pressure on, I got to make sure my sponsor will have it. You just go out there and fight. Be yourself, and, your sponsor will be happy, win or lose. That the ones that really support you,
Work hard, be a good dude.
That's it, man. Dude.
Right.
If you should be able to put that on your fight shirt, work hard, be a good dude. That's like a motto. That's like that's branding right there. That's it.
Practice, stay out of jail.
No, you don't even got to do all that, dude. You're making it way too wordy.
That's fine.
Fight hard, be a good dude. That's it.
We'll do it.
Dude, I know a guy named Dean that might be able to help you on the T-shirts too. So I'm just saying,
You know what? I think we're gonna make that the next shirt.
I like that shirt, dude. So, well, listen, man, you go enjoy the rest of your night, man. God bless you, man. I know you're tired. You had a long day of training. We're looking forward to see you back in action in the Octagon, January. I almost said October. I don't know why. January 16th, live from Abu Dhabi on Fight Island, man. My dude's heading out to Abu Dhabi, Fight Island. Congratulations on the success you've had up until now and the success you're going to continue to have in life, not just in fighting, dude. And having success in life will transfer over to the fighting part of it as well. So, but you gotta have the other to be good at one. You gotta have the other one in order. So,
Yes.
you know it. All right, man. See you soon, man. God bless you, man. Love you, bro.
Here to you too.
Thank you, brother. All right, boys and girls, we are going to move right along. That was Jacob the Killer Kilburn, man. I got my next two guests sitting in the green room right now. Before I do that, because they're not fighting in the UFC, so I gotta magically transfer back from Fight Island. I got to get back to the bare knuckle ring. So there we are. All right, so now we're back in. It's magic, dude. I got magic powers, man. So first man I'm going to bring onto the screen right now, he is the Hitman 187. Known him a long time. We're going to bring him in right now. No other words need to be said. Joe, the Hitman Elmore. Joe, what's up, baby?
Man, chilling. What's going on, brother? How are you?
Hey, where are your headphones, bro?
Man, you know I don't have no headphones. I got this new Samsung phone, and all my digital stuff just sucks.
All right. Well, let's hope you don't fuck up the show without your headphones. I have to kick your ass. Now, I'm going to bring in our next guest, and I'm going to fanboy on this introduction a little bit because we were talking about him because he's been in the green room for 20 minutes. This guy is, as far as fighters go, showing up for an interview. This dude right here gets my Golden Globe Award of awesomeness because he's been sitting there ahead of time for 20 minutes. I wish more fighters would show up on time like him, but I've watched this guy fight for a long time. I forgot, that, how long ago he actually did start in the UFC, in 2007, which is crazy when I think about it. I'm like, oh my God, it's been that long. And he's fought some incredible names: Roger Huerta, Cole Miller, Jens Pulver, Mike Brown, Manny Gamburi, George Roop, Chan Sung Jung, Mark Hominick, Nam Fan again, Chan Sung Jung again. Nam Fan again, Max Holloway, Cody McKenzie, Trujillo. He's fought some amazing fighters, dude. This guy, in my opinion, deserves Hall of Fame induction for his MMA career before anything he's ever done right now. And I'm fanboying a little because I've never had him on the show. But I'm excited to welcome him in right now. He's a bare knuckle fighter now. He's 1-1. And him and Joe might be dancing inside the bare knuckle ring. We're going to talk to them both about it. But let me welcome him for the first time. Very honored to have him join us on Cage Side with Christopher James tonight. Please welcome Mr. Leonard Garcia. Leonard, how the hell are you?
Going great, man. How are you, Chris?
Oh, dude, I'm fucking fanboying a little bit. I'm not going to lie, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Oh, dude, when I first started paying attention to MMA, and it was a long time ago, I think, because I've been doing this so long and watching fights and ring announcing and covering and writing, that I forget sometimes how some of these guys like yourself really set the table for where we are in MMA today. Yeah. And, I think sometimes we all forget because it's grown and evolved and exploded so much. But let me just say thank you for what you've done as a mixed martial artist, and impressing me and entertaining me and doing some wild shit inside the octagon, dude. Fucking, because I said it to my last guest, Jacob Kilburn. I don't know if you were listening to all, but when Leonard Garcia goes in for a fight in the octagon, at least half that fight is going to be awesome. That's the Leonard Garcia side. You can't always, count for the opponent, but Leonard always brought it. And for that right there, man, I appreciate it because you really set the table for the guys that are doing it today to be making the money they're making today. Because you weren't making that money back then. Because no. But you set the table for these guys. And guys like Connor, of course, set the bar with all the money he brings. But these guys wouldn't have the platform today if guys like you and Jens Pulver and some of the other, OGs that did this really did it the way you did it. Because you guys went out there and fought like you were getting $1 million paycheck every time, even though you were probably getting a lot less.
Yeah, it was a lot less. I had a 7-year run in the UFC, but it was, it was a good 7 years. It treated me well, and I felt like I did what I had to do. And a lot, I think we produced a lot of guys like, Joe Elmore. Hell, here's a guy. We talked about building this thing up and talking to each other, and it's like, there's no bad blood, but when you sit down and you talk with them, like I'm looking at him now, and I'm like, this dude's gonna try to knock me out. I'm gonna try to do the same to him. So it's gonna be, it is what it is, and I respect that because, hell, that's who we are. That's what we do, and at the end of the day, man, I'm always ready. He's always ready. So I'm more excited about what we're about to do rather than what's already been done. I hate to harp on the past. Like I said, it was a good 7-year run, but now I'm a bare knuckle fighter. I'm undefeated at 165. I came in and I fought, you talked about him earlier. Julian Lane is a monster. He's he's still ranked at the 165 division. He jumped up to 185, and dang, I think he beat Thiago, to be honest with you.
That was a hell of a fight.
And I gave him the points on that one as well, one round up. If I were the judge, I pointed it one up.
So, with me, Christopher, it's like I always got to fight guys that I have a little bit of, that I'm a little bit scared of. I know that sounds weird. And
it doesn't sound weird at all.
Kind of a weird deal, but, Joe is a scary dude, man. And I think he's the best at 165. I think, he's the man there. And I don't want to fight anybody unless they're the best.
I got you. Now, you said you want to stay in today. You don't want to look back at the past. But since I do have you on the show, before we go full deep onto bare knuckle and all that stuff, I do want to ask you, from your MMA career, win or loss in a fight, what was your favorite fight that you've had in your UFC career?
Man, that's a good one. I think Chan Sung Jung absolutely had to be my favorite fight, man. I mean, the dude, I knew who he was. I knew where he came from. I knew his style. I knew a lot about him before he got to the UFC. And when he came in, man, he came in and he gave me everything I could handle. And I loved it, man. You know, I broke my hand in the first round and like the first minute and a half of that fight. So I fought the whole damn fight with my hand broken. And my wife now, she was my girlfriend at the time. That was the very first fight she had ever watched live. And she went there and she seen that. And we got to share that time together. And we went to the hospital together afterwards, man. And I think that's a cool thing, you know?
Yeah. That was because you fought him twice. You beat him once at WEC, and then you fought him in the UFC.
Then he twisted me.
he hit you with that twister. That's such a rare. You still don't see that a lot.
No.
And that, you know, I'm not a fighter, obviously, you know, but I played around. You know, some jiu-jitsu guys have shown me some stuff when I go to their gyms and talk to them. You know, and I've seen a couple guys land that twister. And let me tell you something. All I can tell you is that, from what I can see, is probably one of the most painful submissions to be in.
Man, I tell you, my back popped like 6 times, and that 6th pop, I had 1 second to hold on. 1 second would have got me through the round.
1 second.
And, you know, I really think if I'd have held on for that 1 second, I don't know if my back would have been good anymore. So, you know, at the end of the day, he caught me. It was kind of a cool move. I actually accepted an award for him after it because he got drafted in the military or however that worked out for him. And, you know, I get up there and I make a joke. I was like, well, since you guys twisted my arm, I guess I'll do it. And, you know,
I love it.
It's, you know, it was what it was. But, you know, if you know, I don't think Chan's ever going to come to bare knuckle. And I think Joe's going to be the closest that I'll have to have a fight.
So you finished up the MMA career and decided to jump into bare knuckle. You know, most guys I would ask them why. With you, I don't have to ask you why because you've always showed that craziness level from, you know, as long as I've watched you, and, you know, you've always been that guy that wanted a challenge. You wanted to do something that other people weren't doing, and you wanted to be the best at it. So I wasn't surprised to hear that you came to bare knuckle. Were you surprised at yourself that you even decided to do this, you know, after such a long career doing MMA?
No, once I knew it was sanctioned, I kind of just waited for the phone call. And Dave called me up, and I had always said it, man. I had always said in the back, why in the hell do we wear these 4-ounce gloves? For what? Let's just take them off. I would always say it, and then I said, if I ever get an opportunity to fight without gloves and there's no kickboxing and no takedowns, I'm going to do it. And I got that call, man. I had to do it.
Yeah, man. You know, you're 2 fights into bare knuckle, if I'm correct. One against Julian Lane, you beat him, and then you lost to Jim Allers, who ended up fighting for the title against Palomino. And you know, that Allers fight, it was round 1. It was a KO TKO. He was really. He got the best of you that night. I mean, you know, you've lost fights before, so it's not even like I don't even feel like bad talking to you about a loss because you understand wins and losses are part of this game. You know, Joe understands it. Some guys get wounded when you talk about a loss, but I can tell that you're so pro, you understand it. Jim is really strong, really fast. Tell me about that fight with him because I was honestly, you know, after watching you fight all those years, I was shocked that he was able to really just, you know, outwork you that night. It was bizarre to see from my point of view.
So Jim was a 3-week replacement for Jason Knight.
Yep.
And I didn't know who Jim was. I didn't know anything about him. You know, I'd seen him fight Brito. And, you know, he got the knockout. So I was like, you know, he's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's coming over to fight. He got the jump on me. The very first freaking shot of the fight, his pinky knuckle dug into my eyeball. And it popped the hell out of my eye, man. I remember the feeling of it. It's like it squished my eye, like it made a noise, and my eye made a noise, and I couldn't see out of it. And you know, I mean, at the end of the day, he did what he's supposed to do. He finished the dang fight. He did a dang good job. He got the jump on me. It bothers me that he says it was I mean, it was. I couldn't continue. But if you watch the fight, I mean, every knockdown was like, it kind of like just got knocked over, and then I got up. One time I tried to argue. I was like, man, he didn't knock me down, but he did. You know, I couldn't see the punches coming. And, here's the thing. If I'm blindfolded, I'm not going to let Joe punch me. I think Jim is a great fighter, and I think he's got good power. I think, he definitely caught me with some shots when I couldn't see, but I couldn't see him coming. Man, do I want to run that one back? Hell yes, I do. Do I want to do it at 165? I don't want to cut down anymore. You know, we talked about it earlier. I used to fight at 145.
Yeah.
I feel like my last few years in the UFC were robbed because I was cutting too much weight to fight. I was, walking around at 195, and I was cutting down to 145, and it just didn't make sense. But that's where they wanted me, and that's what, made sense for them. Cowboy was a 55er, and it didn't make sense for me to jump into that ranking. So when I got the call for bare knuckle, they said 165 to fight Julian Lane, and I fought there, and I felt so comfortable. I just have get ready. I really kind of just watch what I eat at the time, and I can make 65, and I feel great. I know Joe's a little bit bigger, and man, I mean, at the end of the day,
about the
like
same.
I said, yeah,
I mean, I'm fat right now. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm 205 pounds on cheesy taters. Okay. But I still got the same waist size at 132. But I usually walk at 185, 195. I try to stay about 10% body fat and get lean when I follow my shit.
So it makes so much sense to fight at this weight class, and I feel really comfortable there. And like I said, when I got the call at that weight class, I honestly think we're the two best guys at that weight. And like you said, Jim, if after he sees this fight, and I don't know, I don't like to look past anything, because I definitely don't want to look past Joe at all. You know what I mean? Like,
well, here's the thing, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I came to him because I was a fan just like you, man. But honestly, I'm just a fan of a real fight, Christopher James. I want a bloodbath. I don't want to fight somebody defensive. I thought about, Elvin Burrito's number 2 right now. There's only other option. I'm friends with him. But that's a defensive ass fight. I feel that he knows that he would have to fight me defensively and bother and weave. And I know that me and Leonard are gonna engage each other and give people the best fucking fight in the world. I think both of us are just those kind of guys. Like we were saying to each other, man. I love to fight. I like to get hit. I like to engage. I'm a world-class grappler. If you go back and watch my MMA career, I stood up and banged with Ronnie Rogers, with Osmanapova, with Chike Lindsay, with everybody I fought, whether they were Muay Thai world champions or boxers or whatever. That's why I love bare knuckle. And man, I know David Philman, and we've talked about this fight, that I want people to see that we want to fucking fight each other, and they've seen us fight. And anybody that's seen either one of us fight anybody, you can't make me and him get in a ring and blood not fly, man. It's gonna be one of the best fucking fights in the world. And
if they book this fight, Joe, if they book this fight and I don't see blood, I'm going to be standing in the crowd with a bat, and I'm going to crack both of you. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
I'll punch my fucking face between rounds in the fourth. Not bleeding yet, all right? We'll
no, I love it, man. Hey, guys, you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James. We are live tonight from the studios here in Tampa, Florida. We are talking with two bare knuckle fighters, 165-pound division. We were talking with Joe the Hitman Elmore, who's ranked number 1 by the Police Gazette Boxing Corporation, which is the sanctioning body for bare knuckle fighting championship. And we are talking with WEC, UFC, Legacy, now bare knuckle fighting veteran himself, Leonard Garcia. He's 1-1 at bare knuckle. His one win is at 165, which is where Elmore is. Elmore is the number 1 ranked fighter. According to the Police Gazette rankings, Leonard doesn't want to fight guys that aren't going to fight. He doesn't want to fight guys that are going to, try to dance around. And David Feldman doesn't want to book guys that are going to dance around in the first fucking place. This fight makes sense because you guys are both that type of fighter, the type that David Feldman wants to see, the type that the fans want to see. We want to see you guys. I was talking with my first guest earlier tonight, Zion Tomlinson, and we were talking about boxing because bare knuckle fighting is probably more closely related to boxing. In boxing, the goal as you're coming up, is to get rounds in, rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds, and then you got to go like 15-0 to get a shot at a junior regional backdoor Billy Bob title, to kind of keep making your way up. In MMA, it's different. When you get to 8-0 in MMA on the regional scene, you're getting a phone call from a bigger pro show. It happens to so many. But with bare knuckle, it's not about rounds, and it's about going in there and getting in and getting out as quick as you can. When us as the fans or the media or the promoter get to see a fight where two guys can go beat the crap out of each other, 4 or 5 full rounds, like you and Tom Schoaf. You guys beat the shit out of each other.
That was a great fight.
We want to see finishes, but I'll take a fight like that all year long as all 5 rounds are like that. I don't want 1 round of that and then 4 rounds of dancing. I'm not trying to bag on any fighter or any style. I'm just being honest about what we want to see. This is why we watch. We have a bloodlust, and we want to see it. So Joe Elmore versus Leonard Garcia, I'm going to say 99.75% guarantee we're going to see some blood. Kind of like the success rate of people that get COVID. You're 99.75%, you're going to recover. So you guys are going to bring blood. For Leonard, Joe is that guy. You said you saw that fight with Schoaf. Joe got cut up. Joe got bloodied up. Joe never stopped fighting. Somewhat of a Terminator. It reminded me of RoboCop, as he was getting shot in the movie, and he just keeps going, primary directive, just whatever, all that shit. That's what it reminded me of, a zombie, a cyborg of sorts. And then there's you, Mr. Garcia, that you're that same guy. I've seen you take some shots and like you're bleeding. You're like, all right, man, next round, let's go to work.
Yeah.
Does that, I don't want to say frighten you, because I don't believe either of you guys have fear. I think you guys have awareness of what you're about to get into with who you're going to get into. But does that heighten your awareness, shall we say, when you got a guy who's basically a mirror of fighting style? He's not going to stop. You're not going to stop. And you know this way in advance. The bigger weight class and everything. He's probably a little bit bigger than you. Does that heighten your awareness of what you need to do when you go in against a guy like Elmore?
Hell yeah. It makes you, like I said, you get nervous thinking about it, man. It makes you feel good. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody else, but I want somebody that I can hit as hard as I can, and he just keeps coming. And I know Joe's that guy. So it's just like, let's freaking do it, man. Let's just see. And he's not a guy I want to see in an alley. I want to fight him in a professional setting, in the best ring in the world, because we're the best fighters in the world. And I want to prove to myself, not to anybody else, prove to myself that I can stand in front of him and give him everything I got, because I know he's going to take it. And he's going to give me everything I've got. And it's like I say, we'll find out when we're in there with each other. Let's see how he reacts to mine. Let's see how I react to his. And that's going to be the story of the fight. And, I definitely want to get in there, and I want to test myself. And who better to test yourself with than, like you said, man, a mirror image of, a bigger, bad version of yourself, like why wouldn't you want to test yourself
Right.
against that?
To me, it's like I skydive too, right? Like, and when you look over the edge of the plane and you jump out, you always assume that the parachute and the safety, if not the parachute's gonna save you, but the excitement is when that parachute opens and you land on the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't get that same excitement if you jump off a 3-foot step. I look off the edge of that 3-foot step and I jump off. That's like fighting a pansy or a pussy.
Yeah.
When I look at fighting Leonard Garcia, to me, for him to fight me, it's gonna make me the best version of myself because I know what I have to do and I know what he's gonna do. It's never underestimating. It's always actually the appreciation of what you're gonna face that makes that Terminator come out. If I'm looking over the edge of the plane at 14,000 feet, then my heart's gonna beat out my chest. And when I walk in, the adrenaline that is going to surge in your body when you fight, you can't get that fight from somebody else. And,
Hell yeah.
and his name excites me. His style excites me. And that's why I wanted this fight. It's more for the fans. It's selfish for myself too. But
I like it.
engage in that. Whether I win or lose, I want knockout of the night, fight of the night. And not all those are winners. You know what I'm saying? You can get knockout of the night and be a winner. You don't want to be on the other side of the knockout of the night. I mean, but fight of the night, it doesn't matter what side. Me and Tom both are very proud of what we did against each other. And
that was a hell of a fight.
It blows my fucking mind that I dropped that man 4 times in one fight. He got back up, and not only did he not be fazed by it, but he looked at me like he was pissed.
Yeah, he did, man.
Like that,
he was not happy, man. He was not happy with those knockdowns.
Man, he pounded the fucking ground and looked at me like, bitch. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So, I got some people comment. Robert Kirk commented. He said, "These are 2 sluggers that will be swinging. It will be brutal." Eric Ortega says, "You can't predict bare knuckle. I can't predict this fight. Whoever has a better day is who probably wins." I also got told by Eric Ortega not to use the word zombie when talking to Leonard. People out there got jokes and shit, man. This fight is going to be bloody, but fucking amazingly, or amazing. He sent that again. Fighters fight. Yes, that's the way that people talk about you guys. Fighters fight. There's no, and that's the thing. So you guys have been chatting about this fight. You guys both want to fight each other. Has the promotion been contacted? Have you guys reached out? Have they reached out? Or are they saying, hey, this is a good idea. Let's book this fucking fight.
Honestly, man, like I know that they want some kind of tournament or something, but in my hopes that when people see this and they see this, man, I think we deserve the title, man. I hope that they see what kind of hype this fucking fight can bring. And Bkfc goes, man, y'all get this. Let's put them in for the 165 title. Jim Aller's got to do it. And if not, hopefully, there's the Diamond Belt title as well. I know Scott Burke runs that. And that's a possibility. When you see a fight like this, it makes you want to do things. And there's nothing definite, but I believe in The Secret. If y'all have never read the book or watched The Secret, if you put it into the air, it is, man. And it doesn't, it almost doesn't make sense not to let what this happen, man. You know what I'm saying? It does not. It's almost opposite of it making sense. It does not make sense.
I agree with that. I agree with Joel there. We're the 2 best guys at 165. There is a title, and they're talking about a tournament. I think the tournament doesn't make sense, and it turns into what happened the last time where, one guy got hurt, COVID happened, all this and that. Let the 2 best guys fight each other, and let the other guys who think they're the best fight to be the number 1 contender on the tournament. Keep that tournament format. Bring a number 1 contender, and then either me or Joel wipe them out too. So,
let them take the winner of us, man. And that's how I feel. It's like, whenever I take it, whatever it be, we take this fight. Let them fucking take that fight because I'm going out there and I might break my hands, man. We throw everything we have, and it might be 3 or 4 months. And say I go out there and he wins or I win, however it goes, and he breaks his hand winning against me, or I win against him and break my hand, and then some other person that was nobody gets to take the spot and get to fight for the title. And man, I think it's beyond that, and this fight is big enough to make big noise. You know what I mean? And it's worthy of definitely the sword. Yeah,
that's and that's the thing. because I agree with the take that, this type fight, with the profile could definitely be a title fight. There's no doubt about that. However, I don't know if they would book this as a title fight, because I think from what I read, I think they're pretty set on trying to put together a tournament to, build it up and hype it up rather than, just jump right in. And I'm looking at the rankings at 165 for the Police Gazette, not Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships rankings. These are the Police Gazette rankings. And, they only have 5 guys listed at 165. Elmore, Brito, Julian Lane, Harris Stevenson, and Caleb Harris. So do you feel slighted by that, Leonard, that, they only put 5 in there, being that you're 1-0? Because I feel like, based on who else is in here, it's not like these guys are like, 18-0 and, whatever, this is still so young. So should you be there?
Yeah, absolutely. I hold the 165 Latin American bare knuckle title. I fought Julian for that in Cancun, Mexico. The reason that I'm not on the Police Gazette ranking and they hadn't updated it any is because I didn't submit my record to the Police Gazette. Like I just didn't do it. I didn't think anything of it. When they asked me to do it, I was like, oh, well, I guess they do that themselves. I didn't know you had to do it yourself. But I believe they would have ranked me above Julian, who, I knocked Julian out. So I would think that it would be, within reason for them to rank me above him. And the only 2 guys above Julian are Joe and Brito. And Brito lost to Jim Ehlers at 55, but his true weight class is 65, just like mine. So, I feel like I definitely would be right there with Joe in that position. And, I think we're the top guys at that weight class. I don't think Brito and Caleb and Julian would be upset if we fought for the title and then they just fought for a contendership to come on and get it. I think they would like for somebody to be named a champion. That way they have somebody to chase. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Me and Joe are willing to have that target on our back to be called the number 1 guy. We're both ready for it. So, come and get it, man. Let me and him fight each other. Let us figure it out for the promotion. Let the champion be named, and then let the other guys come after us. And, I mean, I think we'll fight 2 or 3 times, to be honest with you, and we'll see how we hold up after this first one. I mean, who knows? We might break each other up and not fight again. I don't know. But, I mean, it's just going to be that type of fight where it wouldn't make sense. If I fight Joe, I don't think I'm going to be ready to fight anybody else for a few months after that fight, just because he's not going to stop coming. I'm not going to stop throwing punches. He's not going to stop throwing punches. We're going to keep running into the goddamn wall until something breaks.
I mean, I want to put on the fights that I can only do 2 times a year, and if they make me fight 3-4 times a year, then they're going to get less fights from me. They're going to get me backing up and popping a double jab, and they don't want that shit. You know what I mean? It really makes sense to let us beat the fuck out of each other twice a year and have something going, especially with, it's not like I beat bums either. I beat Will Choke, who fought in the UFC for main event against knocked him out. I'm the first person to ever knock him out in the first round since his very first fight. Nobody in 120 fights has done that. And then I fought Tom Schoaf, which got some of the best boxing in Bkfc, and he was fighting out of his weight class. But man, we went to war, and I proved that I can knock him out. I can fight with him. I've been number 1 for 6 months. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take. And think about the fights when it comes to Leonard Garcia versus Caleb Harris, Joe Elmore versus Caleb Harris, Joe Elmore versus Leonard Garcia, Joe Elmore versus Elvin Brito, Elvin Brito versus Leonard Garcia. If you put that in 10,000 hats, 9,000 people are going to pick me and Leonard for a fight that they want to see.
I agree. I think both of you guys are right.
I think 9,999.
9,999.
There you go. The only thing that sucks about this fight is that you guys are just so cordial to each other.
No, but it ain't gonna be like that in the cage, man.
No, listen. I know. I know. And I'm not trying to get you guys to hang on. I'm not trying to get you guys to start talking shit to each other by any stretch of the imagination. But
never could.
It's we lost Leonard. Where'd he go? Oh, he probably have to click back in. I wonder if his phone died.
Maybe I had to charge mine up pretty good.
Oh man, so yeah, I hope they make this fight happen. Hopefully Feldman and Shook
put it in the universe.
Yep, that's right. Yep, it definitely needs to happen. It's a good.
I don't got to be pissed off, man. Being pissed off at somebody makes you stupid. I want to be able to go in there and I want the world title. I want to be the best in the world. And really, that's why we're fighting. It's like I don't got to be pissed to try to hurt somebody.
Yeah, and like I said,
you asked Don Tomlinson earlier. Sorry to interrupt. If he'd fight his fucking dad, you know what? I wish you could have seen me shaking my head because I've said this a million times. If it's my fucking blood brother, my papa, if anybody gets in the fucking way of David Philman saying, Joe the Hitman Elmore, do you want that goddamn title? I'm gonna punch him in the throat if that's where the aim goes.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I just got somebody commented on the thread here and said Leonard will be right back. His phone died. I called it. His phone died. That's because he was on 20 minutes ahead of time watching the show. But he was on time. That's my kind of dude. No, he doesn't know that yet, Forrest. So I didn't tell him yet. Yeah, you're gonna have to help me convince Leonard to sing because first time on the show. I think he'll be down for it. He's a cool cat. Yeah, and at the beginning, dude, I had a fanboy a little, dude. It's and I don't know. I don't even want to call it fanboy. I want to call it respect to Leonard because my God, man, he gave us so much enjoyment inside the octagon. Wow.
If it wasn't for guys like that, there wouldn't be a lot of guys like me. It makes me not want to be a pussy. When I saw Forrest Griffin fight Stephen Bonner and like probably 4 or 5 of his fights, Clay Guida, there's just certain guys out there that are fucking cavemen that make fighting, make you want to be an announcer, make you want to be a commentator, make you want to be Joe Rogans. There wouldn't be Joe Rogans without guys like Leonard Garcia. And that's why I hit him up, man. Like I said, I don't have to be mad, man. When I saw Leonard Garcia in the Bkfc and I looked in the mirror at myself, it was funny you said that. It's because in my head, I'm like, if you could take I know we're from different countries and stuff, but like in the mirror, if our souls shine the same, it'd be similar, man. I've never seen fear or death in his eyes, and you can't have a guy that runs. I couldn't have had a calm show night against Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? And
right.
So that's why I like it. That's why we went to each other. That's why it's like, make the job easy. Fuck waiting for them. Well, let's make the most sense. And then when you look at it and go, okay, well, that was easy.
So have we gotten an official White Claw sponsorship on board yet, man? I mean, what are these people waiting on? Maybe you should, hey, dude, you might have to reach out to Twisted Tea.
Yeah, well, I know. I've had a few ideas. Me and the bastard of bare knuckle, Brandon, the one you was talking about the other day. He actually sent me a thing and a little meme of Twisted Tea. I'm pretty sure that I could get after that now.
You seen that dude crack that dude with a Twisted Tea can, dude? That's epic, man.
Well, by the way, I am actually working on a few ideas to have my own brand of sparkling water. I've got a bourbon coming out, Blue Falcon whiskey in Kennesaw. Just made me the Hitman 187 special edition bottle of bourbon whiskey, and so we're gonna have a White Claws that fell off, man. We got the locals getting in on this now. So
look at that. Are you reading what Eric Ortega said? I'm not saying I set this up, but I set this the fuck up. I'm a corner or media.
he wanted this.
Yeah, he wanted this. That's so funny, man. Man, I hope Leonard does get back on, man, either with somebody else's phone or with his phone. If he doesn't, it's cool. I'm glad that you guys are like really wanting to put this fight together. I hope the promotion is watching, or somebody watching this tells the promotion that they should book this fight. Hopefully, we put it out in the universe like you said, and we'll see what happens, man. That's awesome, bro. So how was Christmas, man?
Man, beautiful dude. I just,
I saw the jacket you got, bro. The robe, the walkout robe. That shit's
I was just
fire.
my wife. Actually, it was that's a 100% silk robe made in Phuket, Thailand. It was blessed at the temples. She worked with a designer to specifically make it for me for my world title fight energy that my wife wanted to give me. And yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit when she gave it to me. I'm a little softy, man. It meant a lot, 'cause I've been feeling the universe coming in. So that was definitely my favorite gift. My father-in-law gave me a pretty badass 30-year-old 30-06 hunting rifle with an extra wide scope that runs a close second, but definitely going with the world title road.
Yeah, you have to, especially because the wife gave it to you, dude. I mean, it's got to be the number one gift. The only
Yeah,
gift you
well,
can,
the wife didn't make me cry
listen,
either.
the only gift that can top anything your wife gives you or does for you is something that your child gives you or does for you. Other than that, wife
Yeah.
has to win out over everybody,
Yeah,
even
absolutely.
mom and dad, man. So yeah, so even
Oh,
if
yeah,
it was, hey, and
absolutely.
even if it was the shittiest gift you got, it's the best gift ever, right?
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
way it is. That's just the way it works, dude. I was in the
Yes, it
store.
is.
Listen, I was in the store yesterday. I'm going to tell you the story. I'm in the store yesterday, Bed Bath & Beyond with my wife. We're pillow shopping. And there's two female associates at the store, and they're talking to us. And, we get the conversation of, pillows and everything. And something came up about touching your spouse's property. And I said, so wait a minute, because the lady goes, well, she could do whatever she wants. And I'm like, wait a minute. So she could grab all my stuff, screw with all my shit, drink all my stuff, eat all my crap, and I have to take that. But if I can't touch her shit, get the fuck out of here. And the women at Bed Bath & Beyond are like, no, that's how it works. And my wife's over there with this big shit-eating grin on her face because I don't buy into that shit, but she's got backup now, dude. Now I don't even know what the fuck to do. I'm fucking aggravated. She's got backup, and apparently this is the way it's supposed to be, so I have to change my ways. Welcome back, Mr. Leonard Garcia. We were talking about some domestic fun stuff while you were gone, and your phone died, huh?
Yeah. The battery couldn't take it anymore. It had to go.
That's because whenever me and Joe are on the air together, it brings heat, dude. So,
That's what it is.
that's what it is.
Man.
And then we added you to the mix.
Show.
And listen, we could see you better now too. You're in a different location, it looks like, so we could actually see your shiny face. Perfect. So it's like, hey! Before you were like a fighter talking almost like incognito because it was dark. It was like, it's like, oh my god, there he is. But I liked it. It gave a cool air of mystery to the show. So
that's right.
So, what do you guys think the probability of this fight happening is? And are you both targeting the Super Bowl show here in Tampa?
Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't care when we fight. I just know that they all want them to get us on a card. I don't know if they. I honestly, unless they're gonna with Page Van Sant being on that card, I don't know if there's enough room for us to run a main event on a card. But I feel like we deserve a main event as well. I know that we want Texas and New Mexico to open up, and Leonard has a huge following, and like when we were discussing it, I don't care if we did it in front of Atlanta, in front of my hometown, or in front of his hometown in New Mexico, but I think that would make a lot of sense. I'm probably doing some jobs for some matchmakers and stuff, but I think that's what it should be, man. One of us in front of our hometown, big fight, big title for Bkfc main event. And, depending on what COVID does, as soon as they can, it's just another big card. They got Page on that. Why not put another card that makes sense to build a card,
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down with however they book it, man.
ASAP, though. I'm ready to fight now.
All right, cool. So we'll set up. You guys are fighting tomorrow night. Get on the plane. We'll have you set up. Dude, you know what we'll do? We'll just have you guys put on a big sparring exhibition at the Bkfc Tryouts next weekend here in Tampa.
Hey, tell them if they gonna pay us that title money, we'll fucking spar in the middle of the desert. We'll fucking.
I can't hear Leonard. He's coming in like.
Yeah.
Mike.
I think it's because you don't have the headphones in now. Do you have the headphones in?
Because I gotta have it on the charger.
I don't even know what that was. I gotta have it on target. Who said that? Let me. Well, he's not there right now, so I sent him a message to tell him, hey, click out, click back in. He's buffering. Matt Seibo goes, he's buffering. Robert Kirk said dead air. Hey, we were trying to figure it out. Me and Joe were here.
Because he froze, I literally, when I watched him freeze, it made me freeze. I got freeze contagion. I went...
And I was typing, I was hoping that Joe was going to keep talking.
The only reason you could tell that I wasn't froze because everything quit moving except for my necklace. You could be like,
yep, yeah. I was typing. I was trying to send him a message and tell him, hey, click out, click back in. So I was focused on the keyboard. I'm like, click out, click back in. Blah, blah. And but he clicked out before he even got the message because I sent it to him. I figured out there's a chat feature here, so I can if we're doing the show, I can send you a message and nobody else can see it, but you can see it,
Yeah, actually, I've seen it. That's...
No. Oh, man. So I don't know what happened to Joe. I think he clicked himself out. Joe, come back, silly. Oh, I love it, man. So anyway, while we're waiting to see if these guys come back on, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. That's cool, man. It was a great interview. Both those guys are fun. What happened to Joe? What did you do?
I clicked on the chat and it emptied me out of here.
That's funny. That is too funny, but it doesn't show the chat, so you can chat with somebody. This way, you can chat to me privately. Let's say, you wanted to. Now, obviously, I didn't get this message, but let's just say you were doing an interview, and all of a sudden you got to take a poop, and you can't hold it. You can type to the guy, to me, or whoever's hosting, and go, "Hey, dude, I got to go take a dump, man. I got to go." And so this way, to wrap it up, and that way, you didn't say it on air, like, hey guys, I'm sorry, man. I gotta go take a big old fucking turn. We all poop.
I might just keep it real, Christopher James.
That's true. I mean,
I got to shit, guys. I'll be right back. I've bled in front of you. Now you know me personally.
that is no doubt the truth, man. It's always fun moments on that. Every time you've been on the show, it's always a good time. It's always fun. So I always dig it, man. I don't know if we're going to get Mr. Garcia back. So, but I am glad that we had you both on tonight, man. I'm glad that I had you on, of course. I've had you on numerous times. I love chatting with you. It was really cool. Tonight is the first time I got to talk to Leonard Garcia in this capacity. So that was pretty dope, man. Down-to-earth dude. I like him even more now than I ever did, because you can hear interviews and everything, but unless you're the one asking the questions and really going back and forth with somebody and seeing if you're vibing, you don't know. And now I know that everything I always thought about the guy is confirmed. No, Joe doesn't owe me any push-ups from the last time. You don't owe me any push-ups, Joe, do you?
No, I did my push-ups.
He did his push-ups, Robert Kirk.
No, that's my cousin.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
I don't need no extra work. Look, that 205 ain't no bullshit. It's not like I said I'm fat, but I'm still riding that Christmas shit with that power. Ain't too fat.
You know what? You know what I need to do? You'd probably be down to do this too, man. Off the fight thing. Me and my wife drove to Pennsylvania for Christmas, right? So we did this sort of few things, and my wife and I like to take road trips. So in one of our conversations in the car, we were talking about being able to drive through all 50 states without doubling through a state at all. Is there a route to do it? Well, we found out there is. And, oh, hold on. Let me, phone died. Sorry. I'm ready, and I'll be ready when the time comes. I have no headphones because the phone has to charge, so I'll sign off. Thank God for the opportunity, and it's going to be great, and it should be for the belt. Thank you, Christopher J. Rothstein. It was an honor to be on the show. God damn, that just makes my heart fucking happy. You know what? I got to screenshot that. I don't even know how to do that on this fucking. How do you do a screenshot on here? Anybody know how to do a screenshot on?
So you on a Samsung?
No, I'm on a computer. I'm on a computer, so I can't just.
I'll take one on my phone and I'll send it to you about that.
Yeah, I could do that on my phone, but I'm not watching on my phone.
I got you. I just took one on my phone.
Hey, wait, hold on, wait, do it again when we're smiling. Did you get it? Did you get it? Now I can't hear Joe.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, cool.
I got it. While hitting you.
I was like, oh, what the hell happened? Now I lost Joe. Oh my God, son of a
Doing those
bitch.
things you do, boy. God, technology. Thank God my wife works all my stuff, boy. Could you imagine what my paperwork would look like if I had to do that?
All right, so somebody says control print screen, then open it in Paint. Where the fuck is print screen? Oh. All right, I did control print screen, then what, man? I don't even know if it's there, dude. I don't even know how that works. I'll go back and do it later. I'll figure out how to do it, man. If I were, you know what? I'm doing this on, because I'm on Google Chrome right now. If I was on my Firefox, I know exactly how to do the screenshot. Control print screen. They're all saying the same thing. So I hit control and print screen. But how do I know where it goes, man? Tell me, suckers. Tell me. And then open it in Paint. Wow. I don't even, what the fuck is Paint, bro? Man, these guys are fucking with me. Joe, I don't even know what to tell you, man. Do you know what Paint is?
Oh, man, dude, don't ask me about that shit, dude.
All right, so it says Paint 3D. So let's see if, I'm going to open up Paint 3D and let's see if it's in there.
I would have already disconnected about 10 times, Mr. Christopher James.
So it doesn't even show that it's in there, man. I'm a little upset, man. These guys are selling me a fucking bag of turd. Oh, so paste it. Oh, cool. Forrest, thank you so much, man. Yeah, you're watching on your big YouTube screen, man. That's awesome. Oh, man. Joe also said, Leonard also said, thank you, Joe, for being a great opponent for number one ranking to Chase. That's awesome, man. I love that dude, man. Fucking, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hey, listen, man, you know.
A-listers, the both of you.
I went and I talked to him, dude, and it was cool that I didn't know what to expect, but I was like, you know, I've got these other guys that are at the top, but I went to him and this is what I said. I said, hey man, I don't know if you're retired or if you're coming back, but I noticed you weren't in the rankings, but I felt like you should be. Are you going to fight? Because I don't want to chase a fight with you and keep calling you out if you're not going to fight. And he got back and very respectfully so said, hey man, I'm a big fan. You're number one in BKFC. I think that me and you would make a lot of sense, and I'm definitely coming back. And that was about a week ago, and we've talked like 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 different days anyway, not over the last 3 days, but 2 or 3 different days. We'd sent messages and talking and come up with a plan, and that's how we got on this show with you, man. We're like, you know what, we fucking let's put it in the air. If this is not something that we're going to do and not something that's tied, and we've been yes sir, no sir, just good, respectful people, man, and that's how I like the fights, dude. It's going to be just exciting for the fucking fans because. You know, it don't matter if you like each other or not. If you're willing to get in there and beat the shit out of each other and it be exciting, but also not feel like one of the guys is a prick. You can be a fan of the fight and not care who wins or loses. I think that makes for a better fight for everybody because you just go into the fight and go like, I hope somebody fucking buys, and then somebody does. Like, you know.
Yeah, I get it, man. Well, that's from Leah Garcia. She said, "Oh hell, this fight is going to give me gray hair. I just know it." Leonard Garcia, I'm probably the only one not excited for this fight idea. I'm going to guess that's Mrs. Garcia, and she's probably not excited for this fight, and I understand why. I mean, she knows.
Told me I was crazy too, but she
Well,
you got to worry some.
Yep, absolutely have to, no doubt about it.
It really is real. As excited as we are, I get that's what puts my anxiety into, man. I remember when I fought for Bellator, and they made us sign a life insurance policy for $250,000, and it was like, in the case that you die, you get $250,000. Who gets it? And I had to sign it to my wife and my son at $125,000 a piece, and I'm like, did I just sign my fucking life away for $250,000? That's what fighting is, kind of sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt. It's crazy, man. Oh my word. Well, listen. Excuse me. David Feldman is watching. So, David Feldman, I'm guessing you're just jumping in. Leonard Garcia and Joe Elmore want to fight each other in the worst way. They also wanted to be for the inaugural BKFC 165-pound championship. Would you like to make a comment that I can read, or would you like me to send you a link and give us your comments on the fight right here on the show? If you do want to come on the show, just let me know and I'll send you a link. And if you have headphones, that would be awesome, because Joe messes things up without headphones, so that means everybody else has to have them. Damn you, Joe. No.
Hey, it's worked out the last couple times. It has been what it's been.
We've been lucky. We've been fortunate. Dude, go buy you some cheap plug-in headphones, dude. Just bing.
Well, here's the thing. I get really expensive headphones about once every 3 weeks, and I lose them about once every 3 weeks.
Buy some cheap ones at 7-Eleven. That
Well,
plug in.
The Samsung S20, you can't even plug. They don't have headphone jacks. You have to get the Bluetooth. You have to have Bluetooth with the new Samsung phones.
Really?
Yep. No headphone jack whatsoever.
I'm going to be upset about that, because the new Samsung S21s are coming out in January.
Yeah, that's what I gave my wife a little bit extra cash for Christmas to get that. That's what she wanted. She was going to get the S20 Ultra, because that's what I have. But then she read an article saying that S21 Plus Ultra or whatever was coming out. So I believe that's what we're getting.
Uh-oh. See, now, Leonard Garcia says, "This is what keeps me alive, living on the edge with a guy like Elmore. Let's go, David Feldman. Let's make it happen. 165 title, we will give you a show." Mr. Feldman just commented, maybe it could be part of a 4-man tournament for the title. But a 4-man tournament isn't bad. 8-man tournament takes too long, but this can main event the round one of the tournament. Round one of the tournament, main event, you guys, co-main event the other two. And then the winner of those two fights, next event, title fight. That's cool with all of you guys, right? I mean, David likes the idea of doing it as a tournament. What happened? You went sideways on me, Joe. And I know Leonard's still watching, so I'm sure Leonard's going to comment that he's down for that. Joe, Earth to Joe, you froze. He's so excited about the opportunity to get this fight, he froze up. He's probably going to have to click out and come click back in, because he's frozen and we can't hear him. And he's frozen sideways. Forrest, get a picture of that and send that to me as well. Oh, my God. Frozen Joe, the Hitman Elmore. David Feldman, while you're still watching, I just want to say thank you for putting on great events this year from all of us out there. It's been needed, and we appreciate the efforts that you and your team have put in. I've been honored to do some toe the line fights, with Nate, and you guys being there as well. Just keep kicking ass in 21, man. I know you will. Two badass class individuals. This is what the sport is all about. That's from David Feldman himself right there. That's what it's all about. No doubt about it. Guys, listen up. We've been on for a couple hours. Leonard, thank you for being on the show tonight. Zion Tomlinson, Jacob Kilburn. Oh, wait, hold on. I say let the other two be number one contender, number one guy versus current belt holder for the belt. Other two fight for number one contender. And And I see that right there. And Mr. Feldman said it's been an amazing 2020 considering everything. Thank you for the support. Dude, I'm in, dude. You know how much I love this BKFC stuff, dude. I'm glad that you guys, fought through what you went through to get it to where it is today. And it's only going to get bigger and brighter. And, the stars are coming out. It was great seeing Shaq at your show. And he's a big dude. I met him in Hawaii a long time ago. But it was cool seeing those kind of stars showing up and really, putting their stamp of approval, if you will, on it. It's good stuff. It's only going to get bigger and better. I love this idea of Elmore and Garcia, and then you put Brito in against, Julian. They haven't fought yet, have they? So there you go. There's your 4-man tournament. Winner of those fights face off for the 165 title. I think it makes all the sense in the world. Elmore versus Garcia, Brito versus Lane. Winners move on to fight for the inaugural title. I like it. David Feldman seems to like the idea. Love the fights. Are you guys going to be in New Hampshire again? Are you guys going to be in New Hampshire again? I don't know. I hope so. I know they're going overseas for some toe the line events, and there'll probably be some bare knuckle shows done over there as well. BKFC is going to be doing huge things next year. So you guys stay tuned. Follow them. Download the app at www.bktvApp.com. Get all the content, all the bare knuckle content you want. The tryouts are in Plant City next weekend, January 9th, right here. So I got to work Friday night, but I'm going to swing over to the tryouts and get some footage for the show. So for you guys that can't make it out, I'm going to hopefully get some footage and maybe give you a couple of live look-ins. As long as the folks from BKFC say it's okay to give a live look-in. If not, I won't do it obviously because it's their stuff, and maybe you want to keep it a secret. But we'll see how it all breaks down, man. So if you're a fighter and you want to do this, you got a pro record, hopefully a winning pro record, and you want to check this out, man. Head on down to Tampa, Florida area, man. Next week, January 9th, it is the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship tryouts. David Feldman and his son Dave Feldman, who's a brand new daddy, by the way. Congratulations again, Dave Jr., for becoming a dad. Congratulations, Dave Sr., for becoming a grandpa. That's awesome. At least from your son, right? So, but anyway, you guys, I hope you had a good night. Like I said, the tryouts are there. So check it out. Go to their website, go to their Facebook page, get all the information. But I'd like to thank all my guests tonight, Zion Tomlinson Sr., Jacob the Killer Kilburn, Joe Elmore, and Leonard Garcia. Thanks for being a part of the show tonight, guys. You guys make it run, make it fun, make it work. It's awesome. Boys and girls, this is probably going to be my final show of the year. I might be doing something Saturday, but if it is my final show of the year, just let me say thank you for all the support. We've put together 157 shows this year alone. I think that's right now. I've done over 300 shows, but since we started up again on this year with the StreamYard platform in this format, we've done 157 shows since April. So in 9 months, 157 shows. I don't even know what that averages out to, but that's what we've done. It's crazy. I can't believe how many shows I've done. Thanks for the support, man. I want to make this bigger and bigger. So keep following, keep supporting, spread the word for me if you don't mind, man. I appreciate it, man. Can't do this without my guests, and I can't do this, without fans and followers. So I do appreciate the love and support. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of my life today and allowing me to be a little part of yours. I will truly never be able to put into words what that actually means to me. Just know that's how much it means to me. Until next time, boys and girls, I am Christopher James. You've been Cage-Side. Good night, and have a happy new year. Bye-bye.
What happens if you lose, Nick? Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Throw up the deuces. There you go, baby.